I will never picture King Charles taking a shit, although I am picturing it right now. Welcome, my mercurial mercenaries, to the latest episode of You and I Listen to Music Together. Shihab Ali said on my Patreon page, I wonder why you never reacted to James Blake. He's such an amazing artist. He recently made a collab album called Bad Cameo with Lil Yachty, and it's incredible. I think you should give this man a chance. And then he mentions that Friends That Break Your Heart is one of his favourite albums. But I was taken with the fact that James Blake has collabed with Lil Yachty, one of the Lil family, the short hip-hop artists. Now, Lil Yachty, if you could strap a microphone stand to your shoulder and walk around constantly, almost like a parrot, but walk around constantly with a microphone right in front of your face, hiding your double chin, that's what someone of my age and intellect should do. Let's just do, off the top of my head, no research, Lil Yachty, let's start here. AI album cover that on my reaction I kind of superimposed myself into, no one noticed. But he did, bearing in mind that I was led to believe he was a hip-hop artist, he did a kind of, almost like a pastiche of Pink Floyd. So the fact that he has collabed with James Blake, I'm going to choose this as the album that we listen to together. I'm doing a lot of pointing. Tony Blair in government, he was taught never point, always do it with a bent finger. If you're making a point, do it with a bent finger. It's less antagonistic. As I speak, Donald Trump is just winning the US election. So that just puts into context the place we find ourselves in right now. This channel is apolitical. That's not a sexual term. We are apolitical. Save the Saviour. Very Radiohead-esque song title. Okay. Very atmospheric introduction to this album. The piano going through reverberation. I mean, in terms of James Blake, this is probably what I was expecting. I told my agent I want to be treated just like a slut. Pay me directly. You've immediately got what I would call ultra processed vocals. Auto-tune. Did a couple roles, but in my raps, I'm not an actor. My BMX a straggler. Well, we know that Lil Yachty likes to put himself into an environment musically that's not expected. He had a sack and waiver. My ex think I'm a player. My homies think I'm a player. Okay. A bit more of the world's there. But the Martians are attacking. Obvious that I don't care. $250,000 in my left ear, that's why they stare. Somebody try to take them, teach them what they need to know. I have to cut my hair for these and turn me to Van Gogh. Okay. Somebody save the savior. 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 Somebody save the savior.
Nothing wrong with wine cans.
Somebody save the savior. Somebody save the savior.
Somebody save the savior.
I'm talking to myself. Somebody save the savior. Somebody save the savior.
Since. Like a mantra almost. Somebody save the savior. Somebody save the savior. Very understated percussion elements. Massive sub bass going on there. So, okay. That War of the Worlds bit again. So I'm assuming we're going to have understated percussion, massive sub bass, and atmospheric keyboards with auto-tuned vocals and the continuing angelic voice of James Blake. who I know nothing about. He sounds like he's English, James Blake. Don't want to get him confused with James Blunt. James Blunt is a very funny guy. Do you ever read James Blunt's responses to his detractors, like on Twitter, X or whatever? Very, very funny guy. We sound like we're in church now. What's this? In grey, spelt correctly with an E, not an A. Well, that rhymes. In grey, spelt correctly with an E, not an A. Does sound like we're in church. That is a church organ. With like vibraphone on top. Oh yeah, okay, sweet. When you hear like you can listen to an album by what I would consider hip-hop associated artists, you're always thinking about the beat. And this is just this is not about the beat, is it? It's about the internal beat of music itself. This is reminding me of Simon and Garfunkel. Is that odd? Still got the bass going on. Yeah. Arpeggiated keys, sub bass, and massive like atmospheric reverbs. And every so often the arpeggiations loop around and kind of provide the rhythm. Strings. It's making me look. We've got a cup of tea as our drink of choice today. And the music itself is relaxing. Nothing comes easily. Ain't that the truth, my mercenaries? Ain't that the truth? A little bit Doctor Who, okay. Oh. Listen to what the bass is doing. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, okay. When I get these kind of like almost industrial drum lines, industrial percussion lines with looped keys that repeat like ad infinitum, almost into the distance, like as perspective into the distance, like a road, like an American road that goes on in a straight line, and eventually at the horizon it's just a dot where everything meets. When you open your eyes and you look at a pyramid with a huge human blinking eye. Yeah. Some tremolos going on there. I feel like I need to do some research on the background of James Blake. He's an artist that I kind of heard of throughout our journey together through like hip-hop records especially. But why is he in ever-presence? Why is he ever-present in the world of hip-hop? Is he the go-to guy when you want like an angelic voice? Okay. Oh yeah, okay. A little bit of... We're into the atmospherics again here. Looped. Little snippets of sound just looped.
And then pitch shifted.
To create
instrumentation.
Now just the bass. Nice. How understated is this? For one of the Lils. Okay, I'll shut up. I can't believe it. I tuned in to watch Mercure number 6 talk about James Blake, and he just grabbed his vocal box and did a poor impression of Cher. This guy can't be trusted. This guy can't be trusted to produce reaction videos. He's a menace to society. No, he's a scourge. He's a scourge on society. Oh, that's good. It's minimalist, isn't it? There's no one. That's nice. A little bit Tom York, isn't it? Not in the sound of his voice, but like in the general delivery. A little bit Jeff Buckley, isn't it? Wow. That was beautiful. I think that's my favourite so far. Next. What have we got next? Woo. Along with recording, Blake has done songwriting and production work for other artists. Blake has been credited on releases for Jay-Z, Kanye West, we've heard him with Kanye West, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Frank Ocean, Travis Scott, Jid. I mean, all these albums, all these artists we're listening, all these artists I am listing, we have already done reactions to, and we've already sat through them. So we have heard this guy so many times without hearing him on any of his own albums. Oh, he won a Mercury Prize as well. And that's one of the only awards that I actually value. If I won a Mercury Prize, I would be happy. I'm very looking at the screens here. I'm very well aware that I'm at the most unflattering angle for a person of my age with a gut. For a person of my age built like this, you do not lean back in a chair with a cushion under you which pushes your gut out further and it exposes your double chins. So if anything, you really should have a microphone directly in front of your face. So I've got to remember to try and sit up more. So I think I look better from this angle than I do. Look, watch. I look better from this angle than I do from the angle I'm about to do, right? So watch. See, there's no competition, is there? This is the angle I should not be sitting at. That's all right. What I'll do is especially in the edit, I learn from my mistakes. Okay? Shut up. Early in 2012, Blake spent time with American rapper Kanye West, who named Blake as his favourite artist, and singer Justin Vernon. Isn't that interesting? I suppose that must come with fame because, yeah, it's just the way. Imagine. Yeah, early in 2012, Mercure number 6 spent time with American rapper Kanye West. I mean, what does that even mean? Spent time with? Did you know? Can you imagine that? I was going to say, like, did you hear? Mercure number 6 shared a hot dog with Travis Scott. No. Mercure number 6 spent time with. It's all right. Oh, it sounds like Shakespeare's sister. Stay. Actually, it really does. It really does sound like Shakespeare's sister. Stay. How atmospheric is this? Look, put it this way. I was expecting, when I finally listened to a James Blake album, I was expecting it to be kind of ethereal and washes of sound, and all sounding like it was being played in a cave with massive reverberation and kind of angelic, whiny vocals over the top. But when I heard it was a collab with one of the Lils, I was expecting it to be a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, je ne sais quoi. But it's not. What was the general consensus with this? Because I literally came in here and thought, let's listen to some music. Read the comment on Patreon and put this on. What's the consensus about this album in the world? Did the critics like it? This is an album that so far absolutely lacks, I'm not saying for better or worse, but it absolutely lacks percussive elements. So when they come in, it's like proper noticeable. Missing Man. I see the album cover is James Blake and Lil Yachty sat in a cafe. James Blake has had chips and beans and a cup of black coffee. Lil Yachty seems to be drinking a bright pink drink. Is that the bright pink drink that the youth drink today to get high? The Playboy Carti type thing. I forgot what it's called. Dank. Hang on. I don't want to sound like a dick here. Dank. I am no longer whole. I have nope, not dank. Oh yeah. No. Dank is an unpleasantly moist or humid, damp, often chilly, dark, dank cellar. Hang on. It's something like ank, dank, ank. Hang on. Shut up. Drink. What's it called? It's you put sweets in it and hang on. Come over me. Come over me. Come over me. I'm sure they do mean that sexually. Oh, hang on. Am I thinking of lean? Lean or purple drank, purple drank, not purple dank. Lean or purple drank is a polysubstance drink used as a recreational drug. It is prepared by mixing prescription-grade cough or cold syrup containing an opioid drug and an antihistamine drug with a soft drink and sometimes hard candy. Look, and it's pink or purple. Look. Come over me, come over me, come over me, come over me. Lots of coming over people. Shut up. Twice. Nobody knows my situation. Let's just check the lyrics in case he's not singing "Come Over Me," because I've got previous for this. Lil Yachty, James Blake, twice. Oh no! It's count all on me. Count all on me. Not come all over me. Oh shit. Come over me. Come over. That might mean it's not sexual. In the past, whenever you're going through hard times, I always used to think,
better than us.
If you're ever going through hard times, just think the Queen still has to take a dump. And when the Queen sits on the toilet, she produces a royal dump, and her shit still stinks.
What we go through.
But then she died, and now I have to picture Prince Charles doing it, King Charles, and I refuse to picture King Charles taking a shit, okay? That's where I do lots of things on this channel, right? I've played guitar over Kanye West songs, I've played bloody drum machines, I've spoken over everyone's favourite music, I've annoyed the whole world. I think there's probably websites dedicated to the hatred of Mercurial number 6. However, I will never, the line is, I will never picture King Charles taking a shit, although I am picturing it right now. Scream! Scream for me. Scream for me. I like the backing to that. That was really nice. It's all very atmospheric, isn't it? Very atmospheric. They're going for the use of the sub in this song. That's a proper like old school, like early 90s keyboard sound. Wow, that is deep. There's the Risers. The last album we listened to, what was it? It was nothing but Risers. But now that this is playing, I can't remember what it was. I can't think of other music while I'm listening to music. Hang on. Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia. The use of Risers. Through the whole album. That was an artistic choice. Whoa, that was... Holy shit, that sub was deep then. That took my anus clean out. That was Transport Me. Now we'll run away from the rabbit. So it didn't stop, it just had a proper... Talk about risers! That almost sounded like a World War II air raid siren. Blake's own voice is obscured and processed, also incorporating vocal samples from 90s R&B, prominent sub-bass frequencies, and uneven, sparse rhythms. Blake's work was described by journalists as post-dubstep, alluding to his progress beyond the style's initial characteristics. By the time of his 2011 debut album, Blake's vocals and piano had become more prominent, while traditional song structures became increasingly apparent. So he's becoming, in a way, he started off more experimental, and as time went on, he grew to be more normal. Describing his stylistic development in 2013, music critic and theorist Mark Fisher wrote that listening back to Blake's records in chronological sequence, which is something I never do on this channel, do we? We just dot about. Listening back to Blake's records in chronological sequence is like hearing a ghost gradually assume material form. Or it's like hearing the song form, coalescing out of digital ether. Quite clever, isn't it? Prominent use of minimalism, sparseness, and silence in Blake's work. Bad Cameo is a collaborative studio album by English singer and producer James Blake and American rapper Lil Yachty. It was released on June 28, 2024. The album is Blake's 7th album and Yachty's 6th. Oh, it looks like this is the final track. We better hurry up with our research for this album. When deciding on what kind of music the duo wanted to make, Yachty told Blake that he'd worked on enough hip-hop music in his career and that Yachty wanted them to work on something completely different. Blake responded by showing Yachty some ambient music he'd been working on around the same time as his 2023 album, Playing Robots into Heaven, and Yachty played his own music which matched the mood of Blake's. Right. So I've been talking about the minimalism of this. I never said the word ambient, but that's what I was thinking. That kind of Brian Eno ambience. So it seems like James Blake presented the idea of making a kind of ambient music with Lil Yachty. That is interesting. The duo also released the album's cover art, an overhead photo of a table showing Blake's hand next to a cup of tea and Yachty's next to a cup of lean. Yes! Fucking yes! Right. I've come a long way, right? Not sexually. I've come a long way, right? So no research. I took a look at the album cover and I deduced that Lil Yachty was drinking lean. I called it dank. But you saw it in real time. You saw it, just like when you nothing like it. Just like when you watch that Beatles documentary and you see in real time Paul McCartney come up with the idea for Get Back. That's what happened there with that album cover and me deciding that Lil Yachty was drinking dank lean. In a joint interview with Complex, this album was described as ambient and a merger of Yachty's ear for unexpected melodies with Blake's soulful tone and sharp production skills. Let's just see what scores it got then. The Guardian gave it a 3 out of 5. It's 75 out of 100 on Metacritic. Did anyone feature on that? Let's just scroll to the end because it might have just been pitch shifted. Oh. What's this? Apparently, I can't see that anyone else was singing on that song. If only your eyes could see what it means was just James Blake, probably just singing in falsetto. If only your eyes could see what it means. I Need a Forest Fire. James Blake and Bon Iver. Bon Iver? Bon Iver. Bon Iver. Bon Iver? Jennifer. Benifer. Benifer? Bonifer. Bon Iver. Bon Iver. How the fuck? I don't know how you pronounce it. Bon Iver. I Need a Fire. James Blake and Bon Iver. What did we deduce by the end of that album? When it was said to me, James Blake, is that whiny guy? Are we saying we're in agreement with that or disagreement? You can whine and be successful, you can whine and be good. Do you reckon James Blake eats wine gums? I think there's a fair chance. So this is I Need a Forest Fire, James Blake, Bon Iver. See that? That's what we're currently listening to as a way to end our listen through of Lil Yachty and James Blake's album. I know it's a little bit of an aside, an unexpected little treat at the end, but I really like that. What did we think of Bad Cameo? Well, we determined a lot while I was talking over all the music, but yeah, who'd have thought it? So we know that Lil Yachty had like a dabble in the idea of like prog rock, 70s prog rock, and he's obviously saying to the world, yeah, you know me as a hip hop artist, but I can do whatever I want. And I think the world on the whole responded quite favourably. In actual fact, I mean, I think my overall takeaway from the album was, no, it's nice and it might introduce the youth of today to some older styles of music, but honestly, you're probably better off just going and listening to Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. With this one, you've got James Blake, and we've seen mentioned by other people there, kind of skeletal, ambient, minimalist, almost silent soundscapes with his kind of ghostly vocals over the top. And then Lil Yachty contributing as well with that auto-tuned vocal styling. Overall, it was quite good, wasn't it? It was quite good. I think that was quite good. I think it was quite good. Press like, press subscribe. What do you want me to listen to next? Till next time. Till next time. Over. Yeah? Yeah, over. And